everyone, and welcome to Chris's Chaos. I am your host, Chris Cortez. It is Friday night, August 18th, 2023. The weekend has started. What a week it has been. I've been setting up my classroom for the new school year, going through a few professional development training sessions. And yeah, as you can see, I got a brand new microphone for that ass. And yeah, I got some sleep in, so I'm not like I was at the G1 finals when I was just exhausted. Okay, it was a hell of a match, though. Tetsuya Naito versus Kazuchika Okada. So, that being said, New Japan Pro Wrestling just released a New Japan Extra video that discusses how Tetsuya Naito won the G1 Climax, going through all the different hurdles that he had to face, how he slowly but surely won the D block, then in the playoffs defeated the Giant Hikuleo, then defeating Will Ospreay, someone he's never defeated before, and then finally meeting Kazuchika Okada. That's someone whose path has always kind of run parallel to Naito's path towards Destino. Now, the questions that follow in the G1, that following up the G1 Climax 33 is, who is Tetsuya Naito going to face? Obviously, if you've watched G1 Climax, if you watched the finals, you saw Jeff Cobb challenge Naito. He's the only one that defeated, one of the few that defeated Naito in the G1 Climax. So, I mean, that's it. Like, you know it's coming. And then meanwhile, you have Sanada. Now, he was a very clear-cut favorite to win the G1 Climax, seeing as how he was undefeated throughout the block matches. And then he loses to, it was very surprising, he loses to Evil in the first round of the playoffs. Now, point is the fact is Evil had to cheat to high hell to win, okay? Now, it's got to be Sanada versus Evil. Now, when is it going to be? We don't know. It's going to be perhaps at Las Vegas at Fighting Spirit Unleashed. That'll be Saturday, October 28th at the Sam's Town Live venue. Prior to that, though, we also got the Royal Quest 3. Sounds like an RPG, to be honest with you. Something from Sierra Design Games, Sierra Video Games. Coming out Saturday, October 14th at the Copper Box Arena in London. So we'll be on the lookout. One point or another, Sanada and Eva are going to collide, okay? But moving on forward to the here and now, we got the All-Star Junior Festival USA 2023, August 19th, taking place in the Viking Hall Arena, 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. And then following that, you got the Impact versus New Japan Pro Wrestling Multiverse United 2, For Whom the Bell Tolls. That'll be taking place Sunday, August 20th. By the way, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button and also do me a favor and hit that subscribe button as well, so that you may receive video updates and notifications as soon as I release new content. You can find me also at Twitter at Channel Cortez 33, as well as Instagram at Channel Cortez 33. Thank you very much. There are some clear-cut matches we definitely have to pay attention to. For one, you have the Philly Cheesesteak Cup 3-way ladder match. Tag ladder match. It's definitely going to be chaotic, to say the least. You got Hiromu Takahashi and Rocky Romero versus Master Wato and Blake Christensen. Definitely, and of course, you've got Lowrider as well as Doki involved, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I love it. Anytime Doki is in the ring, I'm always excited to watch him perform. Now, I don't know much about Blake Christian, but I watched some of his clips, some of his stuff. He's definitely really great in the ring. He can go. And then obviously Rocky Romero, big favorite, as well as Lowrider. Seen him wrestle some different intergender matches, so it'd be very interesting to see him wrestle some guys in this event. And then of course you have the All-Star Junior USA Tournament. It's simply a Final Four. It's 4 men in this tournament. There's going to be a semifinals and a finals. That's about it. You got Kevin Knight versus Clark Connors. No love lost between these two. Okay? If you go back and watch the best of the Super Juniors, you'll see what I mean. Then you have Francesco Akira versus Mike Bailey. Again, both of these two were in the best of the Super Junior 30 tournament. And it should be very interesting to see these two go at it. Looking forward to this match as well. Mike Bailey, Francesco Akira, and Clark Connors, and Kevin Knight, all these guys were in the Super Junior tournament, Best of the Super Junior. So this is just revisiting that. Should be exciting. I look forward to seeing it. You have a 6-man tag, 30-minute time limit match. DKC, Rich Swann, Ryosuke Taguchi versus Starboy Charlie, Jack Cartwheel, and Real One. I know a lot about Rich Swann. Watching the cruiserweights in the WWE was a treat for me. I enjoyed it. Ryosuke Taguchi, he is the Sami Zayn of New Japan as far as I'm concerned. I watched a little bit of DKC. It kind of reminds me of Pete Dunne. He's kind of a bruiserweight. Now, Starboy Charlie, Jack Cartwheel, and Real One I haven't really watched much of, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they offer to the the performance. Tag match, 30-minute time limit. Mao El Desperado versus Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne. The only one I really know about here is El Desperado, so gonna be like definitely looking forward to seeing what these other guys are gonna do. Matt Sydal, Yo versus Bushi and Shun Skywalker. Most of these guys I'm pretty familiar with. Shun Skywalker I wasn't as familiar with. He's from Dragon Gate. I watched some of his work. I think he's incredible. I love his presentation. I love the way he enters the ring and he stands by the side of his team, his faction. They just look like a bunch of crazy badasses as far as I'm concerned. I look forward to seeing this match. And then you have, of course, the King of Steaks, as I mentioned. Then the Lucky Dip tag match. Okay, 30-minute time limit. Tag team partners to be decided by random drawing in the ring. You got Kosei Fujita, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Alex Shelley, as well as Robbie Eagles versus Ace Austin, Chris Bay, TJP, and Cheeseburger. Interesting to see what's going to happen here. Going to be just a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. 5-way match, 30-minute time limit. Fugaz, Leo Rush, Dragon Kid, Soberano Jr., KC Navarro. Fugaz I watched a little bit of. Soberano I watched a little bit of. Not too familiar, a little familiar with Dragon Kid, not too familiar with KC Navarro, and I am very much looking forward to see Leo Rush again in the ring live. I saw him at Wrestling in DC at Capital Collision. Always a pleasure to see Leo Rush in the ring. So there you have it for the All-Star Junior Festival that will be held August 19th. That's tomorrow night. Doors open at 5:30. Bell at 7 p.m. 2300 Arena, aka the Viking Hall. Can't wait. Now on Sunday, August 20th, Multiverse United 2, For Whom the Bell Tolls. You got Impact versus New Japan. The bell will ring at 5 p.m. You got doors opening at 3:30. Let's go into this while we can. I will be watching it via Fight TV. 6-man tag kickoff match. I will see if I can make it, but it's got Master Wato, Rocky Romero, Ryosuke Taguchi versus Joe Hendry, Heath, and Uemura. Not too familiar with the guys on the left side. Pretty familiar with the guys on the right side. Impact Digital Championship. Kenny King versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Not too familiar with Kenny King. Very familiar with Yoshinobu. Looking forward to seeing one of the members of the Just 5 guys go out for this Digital Media Championship. And Doki versus Callahan. That's going to be perhaps the match of the night. Love Doki. If you've seen it, if you saw him on AEW before Forbidden Door, you saw how the crowd got into him. This guy is infectious. He's just great in the ring. He's got an incredible look. So he's fun to watch. And of course, Sami Callahan, the guy's just is Impact as far as I'm concerned at this point. Francesco Akira, TJP versus Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita of TMDK. So this is going to be an interesting kind of a Super Junior tag match between two different factions. Looking forward to that one. X Division Junior Heavyweight Scramble. Frankie Kazarian, Bushi, Kevin Knight, Chris Sabin versus El Desperado, Mao, Rich Swann, and Yo. Very familiar with just about all these guys. Looking forward to this scramble. Frankie Kazarian, I'm surprised he's even among this group of talent, as he is not quite a junior heavyweight, but I guess he kind of fits into the X Division part of things with this match. So either way, looking forward to it. New Japan Strong Women's Championship 4-way match. Hey, I'm looking forward to this. You got Julia, first defense. She is going up against Deonna Purrazzo. Momo Kogo, and Giselle Shaw. I'm not too familiar with any of these ladies. I like to see how they perform. Okay, I know Impact has kind of a reputation for upholding, you know, a strong women's division. So I look forward to seeing that. And I've been, you know, keeping some tabs on New Japan Strong's group of women as well. So it should be fun. TMDK, next match, TMDK versus Impact. Zack Sabre Jr., Shane Hayes. Boy, they're a good team, and Shane Hayes is a beast. And of course, you know how I feel about Zack Sabre Jr. The guy's a man. Moose, talk about being just jacked, and Eddie Edwards. Very interesting to see what happens here. Bullet Club versus the World, okay? So essentially what you have here is 6 members of the Bullet Club taking on members of both New Japan and Impact Pro Wrestling. So they really are taking on the multiverse, okay, of this pay-per-view. Now, you got David Finlay, Kenta, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, Chris Bay, and Ace Austin. Okay, I haven't seen too much of Chris Bay or Ace Austin in the mix, okay, the fold, so I'm a little curious about that. Kenta, though, he's been working really well with the Rebel Club, with the War Dogs, so I'm looking forward to that. Josh Alexander, he's a beast, okay? Watch some of him, looking forward to it. Love Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Anytime they're working together, it's always a treat. Got El Phantasmo, who's been working with them towards the end of G1 Climax. I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to see DKC. Don't know too much about PCO, but again, I'm not an Impact guy, so here we go. Special tag match, Trey Miguel, Leo Rush versus Hiromu Takahashi and Mike Bailey. Very interesting. 3 of the 4 were in the Super Junior tournament, the best of the Super Juniors. So Hiromu Takahashi and Mike Bailey. Is there going to be some heat between the two? I don't know. And will Trey Miguel and Leo Rush work well together to pull out the victory? We'll have to wait and find out. Then you got the Impact World Championship match, kind of the headliner, the main event to this whole weekend. You got Alex Shelley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. One thing I gotta say, I don't want Hiroshi Tanahashi to lose another match as he travels overseas to drop another to a champion of another promotion. He did it with MJF at Forbidden Door 2. He's going to probably do it. I mean, is he going to do it at Multiverse? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to go over my predictions, though, and we'll talk about what's going to happen shortly. All right, so moving on forward, let's talk predictions for both the All-Star Junior Festival and the Multiverse United. Okay, let's start off with the kickoff match, 20-minute time limit, Goldie versus Vinny Pacifico. Right off the bat, I have no idea what's going to happen because I do not know these two performers. But it should be an interesting match. Francesco Akira versus Mike Bailey. I'm going with Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey is just on fire. Everyone that watches Impact has been talking about him. When I saw him in the Best of the Super Juniors, I mean, this guy was killing it. So I'm going with Mike Bailey to the finals. Kevin Knight versus Clark Connors. Connors is a beast, but I don't know if he's got the experience over Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's got a lot of good technique. I can see Kevin Knight going to the finals. So it's going to be Kevin Knight versus Mike Bailey. And on that note, I got to give it to Kevin Knight because, I mean, he's more New Japan than Mike Bailey. However, this Super Junior Fest is more or less it's like an extension of New Japan versus Impact. So I could see Mike Bailey winning this whole thing. So I'm going with Mike Bailey. There you go. All-Star Junior Festival Tournament Final. Boom, Mike Bailey. Then you got the 6-man tag, 30-minute time limit. DKC, Rich Swann, Ryosuke Taguchi versus Starboard Charlie, Jack Cartwheel, Real One. I'm going with Rich Swann, Taguchi, and DKC. Mal Aldo, Desperado versus Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne. I'm going with Mal and Desperado. Matt Sydal and Yo versus Bushi and Shun Skywalker. I'm going with Bushi and Shun Skywalker. Okay. I think they just got the experience over these two other guys. So I love Yo. I think Matt Sydal is very talented, but Bushi and Skywalker might be on a whole nother level. So Takahashi, Rocky Romero versus Watto, Blake Christian, Doki, and Lowrider. Might have to give it to Takahashi and Romero. They're just the favorites. They are the ones that the crowd's probably going to love the most. Would like to see Doki take the win here, but I can see Takahashi and Romero winning that. Then you got that lucky dip tag match, 30-minute time limit, just kind of a random drawing. They got Fujita, Kanemaru, Shelley, and Eagles versus Ace Austin, Chris Bay, TJP, Cheeseburger. I'm going with Fujita, Kanemaru, Shelley, and Eagles, all 4 of which are just beasts. Where you got a little bit of a wide kind of catch can variety of dudes on the other side. So I'm going with the first. The former. Fugaz, Leo Rush, Dragon Kid, Severano, Jr., Casey Navarro. I'm not going against anyone. I'm not going against Leo Rush. I could see Severano. I could see Fugaz. They're very good. They could be like my runners-up, but I'm going with Leo Rush. So there you have it for the Super Junior. Now let's take a look at the Multiverse United 2 for whom the bell tolls. Time marches on! Yeah, for whom the bell tolls. Well, anyways, let's go with the six-man tag kickoff matches. Joe Henry, Heath, and Yuya Uemura versus Master Water, Rocky Romero, Ryosuke Taguchi. Call me a bias towards New Japan, but I'm going with Wado, Romero, Taguchi. I mean, Romero is not necessarily New Japan. He might be more Impact guy. So anyways, Impact Digital Media Championship, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Kenny King. I don't even know that much about Kenny King, but I do think that he might just sneak away with a victory. I think he's going to walk away. I don't think Yoshinobu Kanemaru needs a digital media championship. I think it'd be very interesting if he won it. I don't think he's going to win it. Then you got Doki, okay, versus Callahan. Man, coming to the States, I got to give it to Callahan. I think Doki, I would love it if Doki, I would like Doki to win. I think Doki is amazing. Okay, this guy is just one of the biggest badasses I've seen in a long time come through wrestling. So I'd like to see him, get some eyes on him some more. Like, oh, we beat Sami Callahan? Yeah, let's see it. But I do think Callahan's going to win. I'll be a little skeptical, but I'd love to see Doki win. Francesco Akira, TJP versus Robbie Eagles, Kosei Fujita. Akira and TJP are a really good tag team. They work really well together in the United Kingdom, United Empire. So I think that Akira and TJP are going to win this one. Then you've got the junior heavyweight scramble. Kazarian, Bushi, Kevin Knight, Sabin, El Desperado, Mao, Rich Swann. Yo, what a great combination. I'm going to go with Sabin, Knight, Bushi, and Kazarian. That's just, I wouldn't be surprised if the other team wins. It's kind of it. Julia, Deonna Purrazzo, Kogo, and Giselle Shaw. I think the champ's going to just retain the title, Then you got TMDK versus Impact. I would love to see Haste and Sabre just sneak away a victory. I think that's going to happen. Okay, you're talking TMDK. They're through and through. These guys are like brothers. Moose and Eddie Edwards, not so sure about their chemistry. So I see TMDK winning. The mighty don't kneel. Now you got Bull Club versus the World. I'm going with the Bull Club. Okay? I mean, Tongaloa, Tama ELP, they work really well together. If the other guys can work together, yes, they could beat Bullet Club. But I think Finley's going to get the victory. I can foresee Finley pin either PCO or DKC. That's my prediction. Finley's going to pin one of those two. Special tag match. Trey Miguel, Leo Rush, Hiromu Takahashi, Mike Bailey. I think Rush and Miguel are going to win because I just feel like Takahashi and Bailey won't necessarily be able to get along after what. Well, I may be completely wrong, but just remember these guys, they fought in Super Junior, so we'll see. Shelley versus Tanahashi. Hate to say it, but I think Tanahashi's going to lose. Now, if he wins, that's great. I think there's a possibility that would definitely raise eyebrows. Everybody would be like, "What the heck?" Hiroshi Tanahashi's now the Impact World Champion. That would be something interesting. So. And yes, it gives him another opportunity, gives him more of a reason to go back to G1 Climax 34 and go after that opportunity. So who knows? That would be interesting if Hiroshi Tanahashi wins the Impact World Championship. So on that note, please, if you haven't already, please do so. Join me on Twitter. You can join me at channel Cortez 33, Instagram, same as always, at channel Cortez 33. If you like my videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to be going to Philadelphia pretty soon. So I will follow up with a review of the show of the Super Junior Fest, in Philadelphia. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I will probably do a review after Multiverse 2. But yeah, I'm going to definitely do a review right after All-Star Junior Festival. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. So you all take care. Have a good night, and I'll see you all later.